Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Someone asked the question about how do you actually become a runner? How do you get into it? How do you start? And it's a really, really good question. And there's a lot to unpick and think about that, really. So the first thing I would say is well done. You've made a great choice. So congratulations. And then, of course, we get to the practicalities of, well, what do you do? Do you just get out of the door? What do you need to think about first? I would start by having a bit of time to think about why have you made this decision and what are your aims. There are lots of different reasons why people choose to take up something like running. It might be for general fitness. I've known people who were thinking, oh, I've got to have an operation, so I've got to, lose weight. You might just want to try and feel better about yourself. It could be a mental well-being thing. So take a little bit of time to think about that, first of all, I would say, and hopefully that will guide you a little bit in how you're going to achieve that aim, how you're going to achieve that goal for yourself. You're probably going to be starting to think about things like your kit and what you need for that. Well, I mean, in the early days, I'd just be saying don't overthink these things. Just make sure you're comfortable. One thing I would be thinking about is a decent pair of trainers. It's usually recommended that you do invest a little bit in some good running shoes, some proper running shoes. You may choose to go to your local independent running shop and ask them to analyze your gait. That's GAIT, a gait analysis to help you pick the right trainers for you. But really, like I say, it's about being comfortable. Thinking about dressing appropriately for the weather. So, if it's summer, you don't want to overheat. If it's winter, you're going to have to keep yourself warm. I always recommend thinking about safety as well. It depends a lot on things like your environment, your time of day. Are you in the city? Are you in the countryside? Have you got pavements? Is it well lit? Is it not? Are you taking a phone with you? So it's a good idea to have someone who knows where you're going, perhaps someone who can track you using an app, using Google Maps, using Life 360, and then making sure that you're fueled adequately. So especially on warm days, you might want to take a drink with you. You might want to have had something to eat an hour or two before going out as well, getting some carbs in for energy. And from there, it's just thinking about really the practicalities in terms of what works with your schedule. Lots of people have got things to juggle, really, like work life, family life. What time of day is going to work for you? Personally, I'm an early morning runner. I love getting up early and getting out, and then it's done for the day. But of course, that won't work for everyone. A lot of people, it'll be after work. I know people who go running at lunchtime. So just thinking carefully about what's actually going to work for you in terms of your schedule so that you can make it happen. A lot of people will actually from the very start think about signing up for an event. Like you might think, oh, well, if in a couple of months I've got a 5K running event, that will give me something to aim for, so that you've got that in your diary, you're motivated, you're thinking, right, okay, so I need to get out there and do it. It's definitely worked for me in the past, having events like that. So, don't be afraid to do that if you think that might work for you. Also, some people think, oh, I'm not sure I'm ready for something like that. But, I've turned up for marathons, half marathons, and there are many people of all ages, shapes, sizes, etc. Loads of people take part in these things. Don't worry if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be last or whatever. They're very supportive environments, and the running community is a very supportive community as well, with no judgment at all. So I think if you think you would like to sign up for something, give yourself plenty of time. I'd start small with maybe a 5K. Give yourself a couple of months or whatever you think you might need for it. Sign up, and then you've got that to aim for. Yeah, so a bit more about fuel and nutrition. I do think it's probably a good idea to have something in your system rather than going always on an empty stomach. You're going to be burning some calories, so you'll need those in your system. I wouldn't go for anything too heavy. On a warm day, you're probably going to need a drink, so I've got my highly expensive imitation, I think from Lidl or Aldi, drink here just to give me some hydration as I'm going out today on my run. Oh, and a bit of kit that can be very important for men is nipple plasters. And, you don't want to learn the hard way about not doing something about your nipples, guys. So I think about that. So I use little spot plasters. Some people just use some Vaseline or something like that. So there are lots of solutions out there, but it's definitely something to think about. You know, you don't want to find yourself far from home with a problem with your chafed nipples. Whether or not you use some kind of running plan, you probably want to think about how much time you can put into this with your schedule. So can you manage 3 times a week? I'm just picking that random number out of thin air, really. But think about what's going to be practical for you. And really, you probably do want a few times a week if you want to maximize the outcomes from this. So how are you going to make that happen? Thinking about running plans, well, the Couch to 5K apps that are available for download are very highly recommended. Lots of people have success with those, so it's probably worth looking at a Couch to 5K app. Other than that, you might be thinking, oh, I'd like to go bigger, I'd like to do a 10K or a half marathon or even beyond. Again, lots of plans available for that. What about support from other people? Do you have someone who could be a running buddy for you? What about your local running club? They tend to be very, very inclusive, so don't worry if you're starting from scratch. There will be other people like you doing that as well. So you've got your running club, you've got various training plans, apps out there to help you. You might have a person who can come along with you. Have you got someone who can come along on their bike, maybe keeping you a bit of company? Failing that, you might want to have something in your ears. I tend to listen to podcasts, listen to music as I go. Of course, you have to think about safety when you're doing that. Making sure you're visible as well. So if it's dark, if there are not many pavements, you might want to have lights or high vis around yourself so that you can be seen as well as see others and see traffic. Hang on a minute, Stuart. This is meant to be a running channel. What are you walking for? Stop being so lazy, mate. Come on, get on with it. Actually, guys, there are many good reasons for walking. Yeah, you heard that right. Prepare to have your minds blown. Walking is one of the best things you can do for your fitness. That's right. So a lot of your training can actually comprise of walking. How easy is that? You can walk, right? So it's really good for your cardiovascular health, your fitness, loads of benefits. People swear by it for weight loss as well. There's no shame in walking. And you know what? Go to an event, go to a marathon, go to 5K, whatever. You'll see people walking, or at least walking sections of it. A guy called Jeff Galloway, Jeff with a J, Jeff. Jeff Galloway, he is the person behind a method known imaginatively as Jeffing. And this is the idea of interspersing some walks with your runs, so alternating walking and running. People do whole marathons like this. People do all kinds of distances with great success. And actually, there are people out there who get faster times using this method than when they run the whole way. It's absolutely mind-blowing, but it's true. So there is no shame in walking, guys. It's really, really good for you. Also, walking is really good for your warm-up. It's a good idea to start off your run, if you're going for a run, with a bit of a walk, guys. Might be a 5-10 minute walk. Get your muscles ready. You don't want to go from 0 to 100 straight out the door. That's an injury waiting to happen. So when you're starting off on this figurative and literal journey, get some walks in, guys. Actually, even marathon plans often start with going for a walk. Go for a 10-minute walk. Take it nice and easy. Getting out there. Really, we're establishing a routine and getting time on our feet. And that's what matters in this. So go for a walk. Give yourself 10 minutes. Probably doesn't matter very much what you're wearing as long as you're comfortable. You can get out the door and you can go for a walk. Just keep doing it. Can you do that for 2 weeks? Can you go for a walk for a couple of weeks? Not a walk for a couple of weeks. Maybe 3 times a week, 10 minutes each time. Do that for a couple of weeks, maybe every other day on average, something like that, whatever works for your schedule. Why don't you give yourself that challenge? And as you go, yes, you can start introducing some running, but go easy, guys, go easy. There's an absolute principle here of going as slow as you can, and I mean that. You might think, well, you know, I can probably jog for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. See how I go. Let's give it a go. All right, I'm going to just start jogging. Hang on a minute, Stuart, you haven't sped up there. This is the same as your walking pace. I know, it's fine. I'm quite happy with that. In fact, a lot of seasoned runners find it really, really hard to slow down. Go slow on purpose, guys. Go slow really, really slowly, consciously making an effort to go slow so that you can talk, you can have a conversation if you've got someone with you. You don't want to be pushing too hard, getting yourself out of breath. Just nice and easy walking pace, maybe marginally faster, but certainly not perceptibly so. And there we go, back to a walk. I reckon you can do that, guys. I believe in you. Why don't you give it a go? Give yourself 10 minutes, get out. Write a comment below. I would absolutely love to hear that you've done it and how it's gone for you. You might get your breath back if you lost your breath a little bit. Just take your time, give yourself a few more minutes. And you might think, yeah, I'm going to do it again. Here we go. Just another few seconds, really, really slowly. Just establishing habits, really. Showing myself that it's not hard. I don't need to get out of breath. I'm just doing it. Whenever you feel like it, after a few moments, back to walking again. How easy is that, guys? That's all you got to do. Let us know how you get on. I'm really eager to hear how it goes for you. Okay, I've stopped for a bit just because I felt like it. If you need to stop or you want to stop, then stop. What's going to happen? No one's going to tell you off. There are no rules. Just do what you need to do. Look, you got out of the door today. That's the bottom line. Beyond that, you just do whatever works for you, guys. Don't put undue pressure on yourself. Well done on getting out of the door. That's what matters. Although, speaking of putting pressure on yourself, there is one kind of personal rule that I have. And that's about that mental conversation that you can have with yourself about whether or not you're going to go out and go for your run. It's really easy to talk yourself out of it if you let yourself. So say you've planned a run for first thing in the morning or in the evening or after work or whatever. It's really easy to think about, oh, the pros and cons, should I go? Oh, it's a bit cold. Oh, it's raining, whatever. Just don't let that happen, guys. Just don't even have that thought process. You're going, that's it, just do it. And there is this saying that we have in the running community: you never regret a run, you'll thank yourself for it. Okay, that's me back from my run. I did make the rookie mistake of going out in the midday sun, so it was a bit brutal because of that. But you know what, I'm proud of myself. I got out the door, so that's a really important message, I think, everyone. You be proud. You've done something great. You've done something really good for yourself. Take some time to reflect and celebrate that. Just a couple of final thoughts, really. One, just to mention, if you do have any underlying health issues, may be wise to go and have a word with your doctor before you start any kind of training program. Just make them aware of what you're planning to do. And other than that, I'll follow this up because I'd like to do some videos about next steps, other aspects of your running journey, and anything I can do to try and support with that. So please feel free to subscribe to this channel and look out for any more videos that I've got coming out. Let me know how you've got on. If you want any more videos on any other aspects of running, health, etc., you know, just give me a shout. It's something that I'm really interested in. It's something I've been doing for a long time. So yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. All the best with your running, your walking, your training, whatever it is, whatever healthy habits you're getting up to.